I can never stick to anything. I know I should focus on one thing, but which one? I lose interest in things I thought would interest me forever. I get bored as soon as I know how to do something. I can't stand to do anything twice. I keep changing my mind about what I want to do and end up doing nothing. I work at low-paying jobs because there's nothing I'm willing to commit to. I won't choose a career path because it might be the wrong one. I'll never be an expert in anything. Everyone has a purpose in life, but me. Did you recognize yourself? If you answered at least once with a strong yes, chances are you are a scanner. You are genetically wired to be interested in many things. Society nowadays expects you to choose, but you can't do that. And I believe you tried really hard to do so. The only problem is if you would choose only one thing, you will be bored and miserable till the rest of your life. If you felt all your life like a failure, someone who is unable to make up his mind, welcome to the club. I was jumping from one job to another because I had this intense feeling that something was missing. And of course I never found it, like most scanners. I wanted so bad my next passion to be the one, but it never was. I ended up being disappointed to the point I was doing absolutely nothing. Not even things that brought me so much joy before. I remember shaking my head and thinking, what's the point? It won't matter anyway. I tried so hard to focus on one thing at a time, even though I lost interest to continue. I wanted so bad to be different. But you are a scanner and thus unable to choose. If you didn't get my point so far, I am here to tell you. You are not able to change yourself ever. And what is great about it? You don't need to and shouldn't do so. Instead of trying to change who you are, get to know yourself and adjust everything around you. You have an amazing gift that you are trying to suppress because you categorized it as a disability. You have a multi-talented brain that is able to do so much more than you could ever imagine. You can do so many things really good, but you still think that this is a disadvantage. From now on you have permission to think otherwise. There was this one letter in the book from Barbara Sher, Refuse to Choose, that has stuck in my mind ever since. My name is Pamela. I'm 42. Found your books when I was about 27 or 28. Since then I've traveled to Greenland, driven to Alaska, and spent a year there. Been whale watching, tracked UFOs for the US Air Force, started several different businesses, bought and sold a couple of houses, been on a ghost hunt in an English castle, read tarot cards at psychic fairs, pulled a loop-a-loop in a fast little airplane, designed and helped build my current house, landscaped my garden with about 10,000 different flowers, worked in a tattoo parlor, become a drummer in a rock band, raised miniature pinchers, become a certified feng shui practitioner, taught myself database programming, become a tour guide at the Atlanta Zoo, and so much more. And what was she doing before that? She worked in an office, and she hated everything about it. Refused to choose. Use all of your interests, passions, and hobbies to create the life and career of your dreams. Check out this book from Barbara Sher in the description below. Honestly, this book changed my life. I always thought I will never achieve anything. I started a project, then I lost interest and wasn't able to carry on. I thought my whole life there must be something wrong with me. Why am I not able to stick with anything? Why do I keep finding my so-called true calling, only to be calling it a day a few weeks or months after? And if you see it all around you, like what do you do for a living or what do you want to be when you grow up, you simply start to believe that your life will never be complete and thus you can never be truly happy. But the catch is, you can. As I mentioned in my previous video why New Year's resolutions fail, you have to know who you are. If you go against yourself, you will not only be unhappy, but also you won't achieve things you could have done while being yourself. If you are a shy guy, why would you torture yourself in a job that requires you to speak up in front of a large group of people? I know what you're thinking. But I am supposed to face my fears. The answer to this is yes and no. There is an old quote from Albert Einstein. Everybody is a genius, but if you judge a fish by its ability to climb a tree, it will live its whole life believing that it is stupid. So if you know that you are a fish, for God's sake, don't try to be a monkey. You are best at what you already are. And this means being a scanner. If you didn't think you should limit yourself to one field, 90% of your problems would disappear. Barbara Sher mentions in the book that scanners are starving in the candy store. They believe they can get only one candy, only one true calling, only one passion, only one career. But they want them all. They force themselves to make one choice, but end up choosing nothing at all and feel pretty bad about that. Intense curiosity about many subjects, changing focus and ability to learn really fast is what being a scanner is all about. You are programmed to explore everything that you find interesting and be surprisingly good at it. Unlike other people, your ability to learn fast is a big advantage and the reason behind the success of other scanners who decided to be themselves. One example that comes to my mind is Gary Vee. He is interested in so many fields, from wine, investing, sports cards, sneakers, reselling, flipping, being a YouTuber, book author, public speaker, to owning multiple companies, each with a different focus. And the general mindset to choose one thing and become a specialist didn't ever cross his mind. And at the end of the day, I think he made a pretty good decision. Imagine Gary would narrow his focus and choose only the wine industry. If you watched any of his videos, you would know that would probably kill him. He loves to have many balls in the air. Holding onto one ball and hoping it will not fall is just not the way he plays. And why should he ever change that? He just wants to be happy, and this is what happiness means to him. After all, it is up to you to judge. But to me, he seems to be pretty successful at everything he does. I found one great example in the book. Barbara sat down with her clients and listened to how they always have problems with focus, can't find their passion, and lose interest way too soon. She asked them if they knew how the honeybees work. They jump from one flower to another as soon as they are finished collecting nectar. No one ever accuses bees of not sticking with one flower till the rest of the life. Whether they stay on the flower for 1 second or 1 minute, we believe they had a good reason to do so. They came for the reward, which is in this case honey. Bees are very dedicated and passionate when it comes to collecting nectar, but never passionate about one particular flower. Yet we tend to think otherwise. We believe that we have a problem that needs to be solved. But in reality, we don't. It is your nature. Scanners can't have fewer interests, and sometimes they don't need to finish the project because they are already done. They got that nectar they came for. Ignore it, and you will be disappointed your whole life. Embrace it, and all the doors you closed will open in front of you. And now the only thing that is missing is a manual. How is your unique personality type supposed to arrange your life and do everything you ever wanted? How do you choose your career, and what should you do with your life? You will find out just that in the next video. Thanks for watching, guys. If you enjoy my videos, consider subscribing and let me know in the comments what you think.